What to do to make yourself feel better. Do you have any funny drunk stories? Everybody is a bikini body. I want him back so bad, but I know he's not good for me. Any tips? Hi, can I please have a grande caramel fusion? Now that I have my coffee, we can begin. Hello everyone and welcome back to another girl chat video. Today it's just kind of a Q&A though. My girls, my gays, my theys, anyone who is interested in watching this video is welcome here. I recently put up a post on my Instagram, just on my Instagram stories, asking you guys to send in some questions. I was just doing it on New Year's night actually because I was so bored. I wasn't doing anything for New Year's, spoiler alert. So I asked you guys to send in questions so I could just answer them on there, but there was so many and I actually kind of realized I haven't done a Q&A in a long time. It was very overdue. So I think I should do one on here because honestly my thumbs were getting tired from typing. And let's just get into it. So if you want to be in the next Q&A vid, make sure you follow my Instagram. I'm Lily Grace. All these questions are actually going to be anonymous just to keep you guys feeling comfortable and being able to ask me questions that maybe you don't want other people to see. Also, I got a new phone. Why did you give your boyfriend the nickname Sushi Man? Okay, if you don't know this, it's probably because you haven't seen this video. I spoke about our first date and we went for sushi on our first date. And yeah, so I called him Sushi Man in that video, so a lot of you dubbed him Sushi Man. And I liked it because for a while there, I didn't really want anyone to know his name. But he's stayed around for a while now, so I think he can know his name. So first we have any advice for someone starting in year 11 or 12. I know this is said a lot, but honestly, all you can do is your best. And at the end of the HSC or at the end of year 11, if you've tried your hardest and your hardest is only a D or a C or just a pass, then that's amazing. It's still good because it is your best. You put in all the effort you could. You put in all the time that you could. Honestly, try not to stress and don't burn yourself out. I definitely burnt myself out in year 12. I remember I burnt myself out the day before one of my exams because I had studied way too much for it. There is such a thing as studying too much. But for year 11 and throughout year 12, I would just try to say, keep on top of things, don't leave things to the last minute. I know I'm saying this, it's a lot easier to say than to do because I'm the queen of leaving things to the last minute, but that is my advice. How is life going now that you have been out of high school for over a year? What are your favorite things to do? Honestly, coming out of high school was definitely a very different transition to what I thought it would be. I graduated in 2020. 2022 is my second year out of school, so it was actually quite scary to think it was so long ago because I still feel like a child. I still feel like I should be at school. Uni is scary compared to school, and I honestly miss school a lot, and I'll tell my friends this and be like, are you crazy? But I liked it. I had great teachers. I had great relationships with my teachers. I still catch up with some of them for coffee, and I also had good relationships with my friends, and I liked how I saw them every day. And those people that you may not necessarily go out for coffee with one-on-one, you'd say hi to in the hallway and have a great conversation in math. I'm not seeing those people anymore, and it sucks. It's sad, and it's just a part of growing up, I guess. But I think because also my year graduated in the time of Corona, it's definitely fast-paced, the disconnectedness between my year group, because everyone's kind of scared to hang out. I know there's an element of fear every time I go to ask someone to coffee, but at the same time people drift, and I guess you're not going to be friends with everyone forever. My best friend is low-key toxic, but we have good times and everyone tells me to drop her, but I don't know. Bestie, nah, you gotta drop her. It is okay to not want people in your life who have been there for a while, because some people are just in your life for character development. Some people are in your life for a small chapter and they may be perfect for that chapter of your life, but you may grow apart. If she is not serving you and you feel anxious, you feel stressed, or you just feel shit after hanging out with that person, even if this is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, relationships, friendships, it's all the same. It's probably not the best friendship, and that friend probably doesn't have your best interest at heart. Coffee break. Do you have any funny drunk stories? I haven't been out in so long. I'm so boring now that lockdown changed me, guys. Lockdown changed me. I also don't really get invited out much. The thing is, I have really good friends, really close individual friends, but none of them know each other. I have good individual friends, but they're not a group of girls, so I never really get invited out because I don't really have a girl group. I'm trying to think now. Drunk. When was I last drunk?
1 hour later.
Oh, I remember now. Okay. I wasn't even drunk. I promise you I wasn't drunk. I had 4 drinks max, and I came home to my boyfriend's house and I got a glass of water downstairs, and I was walking upstairs with the water and I just dropped the glass. I just dropped it, and it went through the stairs onto the dog bed. Luckily the dog wasn't on the bed, but it was all in the dog bed, and it went through the steps, and my poor boyfriend was like frustrated with me but knew he couldn't be frustrated, and he just goes, please just go upstairs, please just go upstairs. And I was like, no, I'll help, but I was no help because I was kind of drunk. I wanted to help because I knew that it was annoying him so badly, but anyway, that's my funny drunk story. Did you go through a phase of being scared of sleepovers? Yes, I did. Okay, I don't know if you guys have heard this story because I did tell it on my Spotify original podcast, Gee Thanks. That's a podcast I have with my sister. If you haven't heard about it, you're living under a rock, you need to listen to it. I also upload 5-minute episodes that are all about advice, all about girl chat kind of thing. So I definitely think if you're watching this video, you'd be interested in them. So go listen. But yes, I was so scared. I think I had my first sleepover without crying or without being worried about it when I was like 13. Forever. I was scared of I didn't go on my year 8 trip. I went on my year 9 camp, I think. So when I was in year 9, which I think I would have been 14, 15 then. So I was really old when I got over this fear. I didn't go on my year 7 camp. No, I did go on my year 7 camp, but I cried every night. Didn't go on my year 8 camp because it was a hiking trip, and I was like, I already find it hard to sleep in a cabin, let alone on a freaking yoga mat in a tent. No thank you. And you know what, I don't regret it, because of the amount of fear I had on going to that girl. Like, I was, and all my friends like were so excited about it, and like they showed me photos. I didn't even have FOMO. I didn't give a shit. I was like, you know what, I was like, you know what, you had a great time. You looked, but you also looked really sweaty and gross the whole time because you had to hike. So someone said that they wore their first bikini today because of me, and I actually posted this one on my story, but I had to share it here because it was just so sweet, and it actually made me cry. I honestly have been trying to be more confident and brave with sharing my stories about body image and mental health. If you saw my last video, you would know that it took a lot to upload that, and I've been getting really down in the dumps about views lately. And even though that video only got like 30k views, I was so immensely happy and content because of the amount of comments and messages I got from people saying it helped, and I was, you know, saying everything in their mind just came out of my mouth, and it made me feel this is why I do what I do. And I think as an influencer, it's hard to not get caught up in the numbers, because in lockdown I was getting 100k views and now I'm lucky to get 50, but at the end of the day that's still a lot of people, and I need to remind myself of that. And even if it just helps one person, that is why I do what I do, and that's why I do these girl chats, and I love giving advice. So at the end of the day, I need to remember that. And I'm so glad you wore a bikini. Everybody is a bikini body. Advice to someone starting high school. I know that when I went into year 7, all my friends were going to my closest zoned school, but I was going to a private school, and none of my friends from my whole school were going to that school. So I was so scared to make friends. But the thing is, you will make friends. No one just doesn't make any friends. That just doesn't happen. You will make friends, like it'll happen. You find your people, you find your group. Try not to stress because everything will fall into place. What was your dream job as a kid? I'm not sure if I've told this one before, but I used to think jobs were hereditary. So I literally was like, oh, my parents are both teachers, so I'm gonna be a teacher. That was the extent of my dream job. You know, it wasn't astronaut or princess or anything like a normal kid. I was just gonna be a teacher. I finished year 12 and all my friends got early offers. I feel like no uni will want me. This is not true. I got into uni on the 4th round of offers because I forgot to upload my certificate, so they didn't actually know I completed high school, so that was my fault. But the thing is, you will get in. If you've got the ATAR, you'll get in. You don't have to get an early offer to get in. Those people are just sweats. Your friends are sweats, okay? And there's always different ways to get into uni. A lot of my friends did New Step, which you don't even have to get an ATAR for. You just have to do a year of New Step and then you go into uni if you don't want to do an ATAR in school, because honestly, ATARs in school can be pretty stressful, and I think there's a lot more pressure on ATARs than there should be at this point, because there are different ways to get into uni. Like, that used to be the only way, and that's why there was so much pressure on it. But there are other ways. I got a 67 ATAR through TAFE, so I didn't do ATAR, but my TAFE course gives me an automatic 67, equivalent. How did you meet your boyfriend? I can't remember if you have said this before. I actually slid into his DMs. A Newcastle photographer actually DM'd me and asked to do some shoots, so I checked out his page and he had a photo of my boyfriend there and I was like, oh, he's cute. So then I followed him and here we are. Should I feel guilty about not wanting to socialize? No, not at all, especially after COVID. Oh my goodness. As soon as we got out of lockdown, if I planned more than one social outing a day, I was so exhausted by the end of the day. It's so normal to be anxious coming out of lockdown. Even though we've been out of lockdown for a long time now, I still get anxious going out, and I don't think I've been in a massive group setting for a long time. Will you open a PO box? I'd love to send you something. I would love to open a PO box and I think I will, but comment down below if you'd send me stuff because I don't know if I should. I want him back so bad, but I know he's not good for me. Any tips? Girl, been there, done that. Don't know why I turned cowboy. My therapist used to tell me this quote: we don't want what doesn't want us. You don't want what doesn't want you. Because at the end of the day, you are telling him and you're telling yourself that you are worth someone who doesn't actually want you. You're settling and you're trying for this person who doesn't even want to try for you, who doesn't want to put in the same effort, who doesn't want to communicate on the same level, who doesn't want to mature, who doesn't want to fight for your relationship, basically. Are you thinking about getting any more pets? I definitely want to get a dog someday. I won't be getting a dog until I move out though, and I probably won't be moving out until I have traveled everywhere because I would hate to be paying rent when I'm somewhere else, you know, overseas, etc. And I want to go overseas so bad this year. Hopefully Europe, maybe the UK. What to do to make yourself feel better? Definitely distract yourself. Read a book, watch a movie, watch a nostalgia movie. My comfort show is The Office, just because you don't have to think. You don't have to be sitting there and thinking about the plot line or like it's a sad movie. That's why I love The Office. It's just, you can just sit back, relax, and just even have it in the background. When I was going through a tough time, having like just conversations in the background helped so much because it wasn't just me in my head. There was other people around. Do you get referred a lot as Georgia's sister? Yes, I do. I definitely did in school a lot by my teachers because she was, you know, 2 years older than me. They had all taught her, things like that. And I do get referred to a lot, obviously, in this job because we both had the same job. I'm her little sister. What little sibling doesn't get called, you know, Bob's younger brother, stuff like that. It does happen less and less as I grow up though and make a name for myself, I think. Favorite places to buy clothes from? I love Gander, Universal, Cotton On. Cotton On also have a lot of sustainable options, which I like. So do Glassons. They have a vintage line now that I have been shopping from every time I go there. And then I also love some small businesses I've been working with. Little Bay. I love vintage stores and I love op shops because you find these one-of-a-kind things that no one else has. If you want me to do another op shop video, I'd love to because I kind of miss op shopping. Mindy picks, please. Here they are. I'll just wait. There's gonna be a lot, so I'll just wait. She's so freaking cute. Okay. I got a lot of questions about makeup, like what does your regular makeup routine look like? How often do you wear makeup? And probably just anytime I'm going out. If I'm going out to the shops, just like running up to the shops, I don't really bother. But if I'm filming like this, I usually just put on a little bit of concealer, blush, like bronzer. I've got a little bit of bronzer on my eyelids and I do my eyebrows. And I actually have eyelash extensions at the moment, which are really fun because I don't have to wear mascara. And I feel so pretty when I have makeup on. Would you recommend a juice cleanse alongside food? No. Did you see my juice cleanse video? It sucked. Think that juice cleanse videos and what I eat in a day and all that stuff, I think it's so toxic. It's just so toxic, and honestly, if I was shown those types of videos when I was in a bad place, it would have detrimentally hurt me even more than I was already hurting myself. I tried it to show people how stupid it was and how your body cannot function on literally liquid only. Like, your body needs food, you need to fuel your body. How can I get closer to my mum? I have always had a really close relationship with my mum, and I know I'm very fortunate to have that, but I would start by finding something in common, even if it's just finding a series on Netflix that you can watch together. Mum and I honestly bond so much over just watching movies together and watching new series. We just recently finished the new series Bump on Stan, and it was really, really funny. When did you get your first boyfriend? I was 17, and I think that is honestly too young. I did not know enough about myself. I honestly did not have enough self-confidence or self-worth to be in a relationship. If you do end up having kids and they come out as LGBTQI, How would you react? I would love them either way, as the TikTok sound says. Do you plan on doing YouTube forever, or is there something else you aspire to do or be? I definitely want to ride this YouTube train for as long as you guys keep watching, and I would honestly love to kind of have a family channel one day, but I also know that family channels are also kind of weird because like I don't want to exploit my kid for content, but I also do want those videos as memories, and I think it's beautiful to have videos to look back on, and I do that for myself. Like I look back on my schoolies video now, which was like a year ago, and I'm like, oh, that was so fun, and I can't wait to do that as I get older. And I think it would be beautiful to do with kids, but it's kind of like, do I need to post that? But then it's like, if I'm making it anyway, why don't I post it if people are going to enjoy it and I'm going to make an income off it? So I think it's quite a difficult thing to work out, and I honestly praise a lot of family vloggers. How do you deal with intrusive thoughts about food? I'm really struggling to eat right now. I went through a whole stage of this, and it's honestly the worst type of feeling to feel like you can't put something in your mouth without thinking of the repercussions, and I know how that feels. You kind of just have to tell your negative brain to stop and shut up and tell it not to be here, because it doesn't need to be here, because you need to fuel your body. If you're not fueling your body, it's going to be hard to just get out of bed. Any new merch? I would love to make some winter merch. I was gonna make some for Christmas, but it was just too last minute, because I'm always last minute. I've made a t-shirt already. They were made to order because I wanted to be as sustainable as possible, so they're not available at the moment, just because the way I'm going to do my merch is I'm gonna have 2 weeks or a month where you can order it. They're made to order, so I'm not gonna have this massive stock left over, and I'm not gonna have wasted resources and wasted clothing left over. I only make as many orders as I get, so hopefully I can do a hoodie or a crew neck, something wintry. I think that's it for this video. It was a good little question to end on. I'm gonna go have my coffee and eat my food. Yes, looks so good. Look how good that looks. Ready? Eat with me. If you're not eating today, go grab something, pause the video, let's eat. Ready? Oh, that's so good. See, how good does it feel to fuel your body, my friends? Cheers to that. See you next Saturday. Bye.